What's up, y'all? Just got the results and saw the fight and whatnot for Khabib and Justin Gaethje. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell button so you can keep posted on whatever new videos I put out. But anyways, let's get to the important part. Khabib, man. This guy is something else. Sorry, Khabib. That was crazy. The pace was much different than when I saw from this fight in comparison to the other fights that he's usually in. It was kind of like roles reversed. You know, Justin was the one that was kind of trying to back off and keep that distance, understandingly so, just because, you know, Khabib and his record with his ability to be able to go in and obviously take people down and control and maul them, like he so says so many times, like he loves mauling people, right? So that's his like theme in terms of his fighting style and what he does best. So, but this was totally different. This was like Khabib that like tries to basically keep the pressure, and in terms of his striking, and just keep it constantly throughout the whole fight. I saw in the first round, Justin was just, you know, he just started kicking and he was not ready for what Khabib was doing, and Khabib was totally dominant with his striking, which was different, you know, in terms of this fight in comparison to the other fights that he's had before. And so you see Justin like backing off, making kicks, low kicks, smartly making that right decision to keep that distance and not allow Khabib to go in for the kill with the grappling. And towards the end of the first fight, you know, he did, and you could see the level of Khabib just immediately when he goes to the ground, and he shows that like he almost got an armbar, which was amazing, in like half a second, right when he got him to the ground. And then thankfully enough for Justin, like he was saved by the bell, you know, so luckily for him, he was able to get out of that. And immediately as he goes over to the corner, then you hear his coach talking to him, telling him to slow him down, which was important because obviously the fight felt like the pace of it was increasing as it wore on in the first round. And so, I mean, it's impossible for Justin to slow the pace down if Khabib is the one, you know, basically applying so much pressure, you know, and he wasn't able to get Khabib to give him that respect with his striking, you know, because he wasn't offering the counter or anything like that where Khabib would have to slow down his pace, you know, to respect Justin's attack, basically, or counter attack. And unfortunately, in the second round, you know, Khabib basically applied that pressure, went straight for the takedown, I think in the early half of the fight, and then got the choke, you know, the choke. So man, it sucks because I feel bad for Justin. You know, he worked so hard, and obviously he's been training for that specific thing. Like, I mean, there's no fighter that Khabib has fought against that has not thought in their mind, I am ready and prepared for this man's grappling ability. And all of them have been proven wrong. And this, if anything, solidifies his spot and position as the pound for pound, in my opinion, the greatest UFC fighter ever. I mean, he's only lost one fight, and that was against you know, Conor in the first round. And no other fighter has been able to do anything like that, even with John Jones, and, you know, even with Silva and all the great ones that you can think of. And so for him to do something like that is pretty amazing, considering he's coming back after, you know, obviously, if you guys know this, like, he lost his father recently to COVID and all these things going on. And so Khabib has just fought through so much and is so strong mentally, and to be able to overcome that and come back and win in such a resounding, you know, outcome. I mean, it's amazing for him to do that, and, you know, all respect and everything that he deserved to Khabib and his team and what they've been able to do. And you know, if he chooses, I think I saw in the headline where he chose to retire. I mean, he has every reason to. I mean, he has nothing else to prove. I don't know any other person in the division that like deserves to fight him. Obviously, you can have a conversation as to why they do, but he's fought Conor, he's fought the best. You know, obviously with, in my opinion, with him beating Gaethje in such a resounding like form. I mean, with no doubt in any person's mind as to how well he did in that fight, and in terms of how bad Justin whooped Tony, you know, Anthony Ferguson. Like, that just shows to you the level that Khabib is in comparison to everybody else. I mean, I don't think you can say that about any other fighter. I mean, even now with John Jones and how bad his last outing was with, gosh, I forget his name. The guy who lost recently to the Polish fighter. But anyway, so like Khabib is the only one that's been consistent and has not changed, even though everything else around this world and his world has. So all respects to Khabib and what he's been able to do, given the circumstances that, you know, he's been brought with losing his father. But, you know, he's a great fighter, and if he wants to retire, you know, he has every right in his position to do so. And I hope he does, man. This guy worked so hard, achieved everything. He has nothing more to prove in my eyes. And so for those that like think otherwise, I mean, you can't. At some point, you know, like Floyd Mayweather. I don't like the personality, but you gotta respect the dude's ability to win, you know. And in this case with Khabib, I like his personality and his ability to win. So shout out to him and everyone else. And yeah, those are my thoughts. Again, don't forget to hit like or subscribe, because I love UFC and fighting, and I love sports in general. But if you want to hear, if you like what I have to say, then show me some love. Peace.